Good morning, everybody. It is Friday the 5th of January and I have taken the week off work to really get back into the swing of things mentally, and a lot of personal life admin that I've had to do this week. So I thought rather than focusing on work, I'd just focus on me. And I've been thinking this week a lot about what I want my goals to be for the year. And to be honest with you, I still haven't actually really done much of it, much of my goal setting. It's only really something that's kind of new to me in the past sort of, is that gonna work down there? Yeah, goal setting is only really something that's come to me in the past like 3 years, probably since COVID. And I think that's because pre-Partner in Wine, I just kind of didn't really, I knew something would come to me in terms of my businesses, but my marketing company was just growing and growing. I had kind of minimal goals, but not really yearly goals. And then when I started a product-based business, I felt like I needed to really hold myself accountable. Product development is so much harder than like digital product development, service development, because you know, if I decide to offer a new service, I can click my fingers and make it happen like that. I can design a digital download or whatever within, you know, I don't know, the space of a week or two. So with product development, it takes a lot longer than that. So I feel like I needed something to hold myself to. So yeah, usually it's come to me fairly quickly, but this year it's been a little bit of a struggle. So basically I have decided that I'm hopefully going to do a weekly vlog on what I'm doing, how I'm going to do it, and I'm really excited to share this journey. I feel personally as a woman that there's really not that many podcasts, resources out there where people talk about genuinely behind the business, like things that they actually want out of life, and share how to do it. So I'm talking about things even as simple as pensions. So the really exciting news is, and I can't believe I'm about to say this because this is not something that has ever been a dream of mine. It's not something that I actually thought I would ever say, and it's only really in the past, I don't know. It's really not been that long since I've been thinking about this. Come on, Lucy, spit it out. So it will be 9 years in July. I am going on a sabbatical later this year. And I'm not actually going for that long. I'm making this sound really dramatic, but I met my boyfriend 2 years ago. I literally don't know where 2 years has gone. It's actually crazy. And when we met, a couple of months after we met, he said to me, would you ever consider going on sabbatical? Now, at the time I had 2 full-time staff. And so I was like, no, like a sabbatical, what are you talking about? No, like that's not for me. I'm all about running my businesses. I'm a career woman. Career women do not take sabbaticals. You know, in my head, if I think of all the business women, like I'm sure they've not taken sabbaticals, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, I had 2 full-time staff and I was like, anyway, logistically, it just wouldn't work because I have 2 girls that work for me full-time. And a lot of people, I think, might wonder why I don't have anyone working for me full-time when I have 2 businesses. So the reason for that now is they left for various reasons, career change, moved to a different country. And I then really had to think about what I wanted from my life. And when one of the girls left, she said to me, I feel really bad. I want you to... And when one of the girls left, she said to me, I really think you should go on a sabbatical with my boyfriend. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that still. And the more and more time I spent working on my own, the more and more I was thinking about what I actually want from my life, what I want from my business, how far do I want to grow my businesses, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? And I decided that I actually did want to go on a sabbatical. I won't be tracking around, backpacking, all of that stuff. Not for me quite, but I'm sure there will be an element of that, but I've never really done it I didn't really do it as a student, and I feel like now I would want to do it quite nicely. So, but we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it won't be it definitely won't be glitz and glam because I'm not made of money, but within my means. So yeah, this year I am saving for a sabbatical. I'm also preparing for a sabbatical. And one of the things I've been thinking a lot about is how I'm going to autonomize both of my businesses while I'm away. And the first step to that was documenting how I'm going to do it, because I feel like this is going to hold me accountable, but also I'm looking at lots of different forms of revenue streams. And so hopefully I can build on my social media following more and more. And this is one of the ways that I want to do that. So I will be hopefully doing a weekly vlog. Hopefully, meaning like I need to hold myself to that. So I'm going to try my hardest, and I'm going to take you along with me. And so I will pick the camera up when I have something to share with you. But for today, I am off on my last day away from the office. I will be back next week. Get your words out, Lucy. And I'm going to see my friend and her baby today, and then I'm going for lunch with Claire Luxton, who is one of my friends that business friend and like now real life friend that I met through Instagram, and potentially we'll work together at some point on something. And we're going out for lunch, and then I need to do a little bit of work tomorrow morning. I've got a brand campaign that I need to shoot desperately, and I have been so bad. I think it's just because I'm not in like a space to film. I filmed so much in December for Partner in Wine. I filmed like a video a day, and I just like, it's just too much. Like my brain is dead. So I need some time to recuperate. And I thought up a new concept, which I'm going to have to redo tomorrow. I've tried to film it twice, and every time I've looked at the video, I'm like, this is absolute dog shit. Like no one will want to watch this. This is so boring. I'm bored listening to my own voice. My advice is awful. So I've rejigged it, got a new concept. It's something that I would want to watch, and that's how I hopefully know it's good. And that's how I kind of go about making my content. So yeah, be filming that tomorrow. And Monday, I'm going on a little staycation. Workation. I'm going to Soho Farmhouse to work with the lovely Rachel and Sally from Sass and Edge. We're having a meeting. Yes, they are glam ladies. So yeah, we'll be going to chat about the website there. And then, to be honest with you, Monday night, my boyfriend's coming along for the ride. We're just going to get room service and watch TV, and it's going to be bloody great. And that is what we call a good start to the year. Next week, I have a website to launch for a client. I am still doing a little few things for Sassy here and there, mainly for people I know, and for things that I know that I can do literally like the back of my hand, so build websites here and there when I'm not too busy with Partner in Wine. And then with Partner in Wine next week, it is product development. So yeah, deciding what things I'm gonna, new stock I'm gonna order, current stock I'm gonna order. Let's learn together how to manage my cash flow, because God knows I need some help with that. So if you've got any advice, please comment below. But yes, I will take you along with me on that as well. Bye. Hello. It is Saturday morning, and my boyfriend's on a stag do in Prague. And so this morning, I've actually got some work to do today, because I am going to Soho Farmhouse I'm going to a baby shower tomorrow, and I'm going to Soho Farmhouse on Monday for the day. And so I won't be able to film the content that I need to film, because I need to submit it on Monday for a brand campaign. So this is the video that I've tried to film twice, and I just can't seem to find the motivation / inspiration to film something that isn't really boring and is actually quite helpful. When I do brand campaigns, I always like to make sure that I'm actually giving useful advice, even though I'm kind of weaving like a subliminary message in there. So yeah, I will film some behind the scenes of that and bring you with me. But I need to get ready. I need to do my hair because I'm going out later, and it's always nice to look nice on camera, isn't it? So yeah, trying to have a productive morning on my own. And you also need to tidy up the house because there is just rubbish absolutely everywhere. It's only me in the house this weekend, so I can make the bed however I want to. Just had a little spruce of the old living room. Look at that. Every time I try and get rid of this like massive collection of wine, it just seems to grow and grow. But the nook's gone back. Got myself a nice cup of coffee. I'm gonna go and get ready. I honestly cannot film or work until, I honestly can't film or work if I know that there's a mess. Although saying that, my office is very often a mess, but when I'm busy, I just have to ignore it. But that's one of my New Year's resolutions, is to try and be a little bit more tidy. One thing I don't like about living in a flat and trying to film content is that my living room, where I film all of my partner in wine videos, backs onto my neighbour's garden. And so I quite often sit there and film while people are watching me. And sometimes the people in the garden next to me will watch me as well. I really find it difficult to film when people are around, which is why I'm filming this while my boyfriend is on a stag do. One of my New Year's resolutions this year is to get more passive income, because obviously if I'm going traveling a lot, I will have less like physical time to do work and stuff like that, which is why brand campaigns are actually really important to me, because they're a really good way of making money. So if you want to get to a position where you want to get paid for stuff, and actually I'm going to be really honest here, I don't make a lot of money from sharing, well, in fact, I hardly make any money from sharing wine videos on Partner in Wine, whereas I make a lot of money from companies who want me to talk about running a business, and they will then obviously offer to pay me to make videos about why their like particular tool or something helps me to run my business. There have been instances where I've turned them down because I don't really like, and I know people say this all the time, you hear bloggers say, or like vloggers, Instagrammers, content creators saying like, I never work with anyone that doesn't align with my brand. Now, I won't work with people where I don't think I would use something, or I don't think I would find it helpful. So essentially, I do try to work with people where I can see myself using the products, even if I don't actually use them at the time. But yeah, sometimes you do get to work with brands that you like, where they actually do help you day to day. So for example, I worked with Zero last year, and I've used Zero for years and years, and yeah, it's just nice to like, feels a bit full circle. So yeah, I'm trying to, this is why it's really important when you film brand campaigns. That's why I put so much effort into them and like thinking about the concept, because I actually want it to be helpful for people at the same time that, you know, if I'm making money from it, it feels a bit weird if you're not actually, if the content's not actually helpful. So I'm gonna do my hair, do my makeup, have a little bit of think, and then I think I know now what I need to do to make this campaign that I'm filming a little bit more interesting. I've seen loads of videos, and top tip here, seen loads of videos like they switch the background between like what they're talking about, whereas the ones that I filmed the other day, I was literally just sat with a background. I was like, I would not want to watch this, because my mind literally goes like choo, choo, choo. And when I watch videos, on TikTok, I've got into the habit of, if you press on the left-hand side of the screen, press down while you're watching it, it goes in double time. So now when I watch any content online, I'm like, oh, hurry up. Like, I wish you would just do this in double time, because like, I ain't got the time to watch this. So I think content has to be really, really snappy, unless you're filming like long form content like this. So yeah, and just going back to the passive income thing, this is why I'm now doing YouTube, because my podcast is not sustainable for me. in terms of like the time that I have to put into it to promote it and stuff like that. So stick around because I have some very good ideas about basically how this situation is going to turn into a like visual podcast. But then it's probably more helpful as well because you can see what I'm up to day to day, like today. Do you know what that is? So, my neighbours decided to start power hosing their patio and I really need to film a video, and I'm one of those people that is terribly affected by noise. So that's good, isn't it? So last year I created a manifestation bracelet at a workshop that I did with, I can't remember what her name was now. I think it's like Seven Sisters or something like that. Anyway, I tried to find another workshop to make a manifestation bracelet for this year. So last year my colour was yellow for the year, and I made this citrine bracelet and I wore it all year. And this year, because my colour is red, yes, I will eventually stop wearing this top. Hang on, let me turn this around. Okay, so because my colour is red, I went on Etsy and I got this red bracelet, like crystal bracelet made with my word of the year on it, which is, I mean, I suppose those could be a nicer red, but my word of the year is movement. And I know this is really woo-woo, but I just like to have these things. Is it the same size? Is it a similar size? It's a similar size. I just like to have these things to remind me, let's put it on, remind me on a daily basis what my goal is. So movement meaning a lot of things. I'll probably make a video on this another time, why the word is movement. But yeah, how cute. Good morning. It is the 10th of January and today is my first full official day back at work. I went to Soho Farmhouse for a meeting on Monday and ended up staying over so that we could have a few drinks. And my boyfriend came for the ride and we just had room service and chilled on Monday night, which was absolutely lovely, but I'm not gonna lie, it was very bad to be back in my own bed last night. Today is a very exciting day because I am filming a paid partnership vlog with Sheerluxe, and Sheerluxe is the only website, well, one of the only websites that converts from them posting about Partner in Wine to sales on Partner in Wine. So I am always thrilled to work with Sheerluxe. I've done a few things with them before on their YouTube channel, and so I've got to go out and about because that is the nature of the ad. But I just wanted to talk about a little bit about how I film vlogs for social media. Because I personally think there's definitely things that make them more interesting. And the first thing is making sure that your face is on camera. Even if it's just the first shot and the rest of it is very like, you know, handsy, I just think you get more engagement that way. And secondly, just film absolutely everything. Film everything that you can, because the more variety in shots you have, the more interesting I find that videos are and the more engaging they are to people, and then obviously the more views they get, etc, etc. So those are like my two top tips for filming vlogs. I very often won't talk in a vlog and I will do a voiceover later on so that I can really have a think about the messaging, make it super punchy, and there will always be like a lesson behind it. So yeah, I'm gonna start the day off by making a smoothie and actually cleaning my living room. This is like really tragic, and I've spent a bit of time cleaning last night, and again, yeah, and I'm gonna have to do it again this morning because I sat on my sofa last night and planned a few things. Okay, this is genuinely one of the best things I have ever bought. I've never seen one of these before. And apart from being a really great bit of self-defense if you're a woman walking around London on your own, it's a little portable tripod. And it's just so handy for filming. And I use this to film, well, behind me you might recognise when I do my crisp and wine videos, this is where I do it. I just pop it up here and it kind of films like this way. Because the natural light comes from the window. So if you are filming, obviously you can see me now versus here, that is just not the vibe. You always want to make sure you've got natural light. So that's why I film this way. So I'm going to make a smoothie in this as a little come start the day with me product placement situation, because I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot. Okay, if I'm going to do this, we've got to get the product placement in. Okay, one last thing. I actually prefer to film with my phone that way, and it's annoying because I can't see the screen when I'm filming. But the 3 cameras on the back just make the quality so much better. So whenever I can do that, I will, just because I feel like the higher the quality, the better the engagement, etc. So yeah, am I in the shot? Am I in the shot? Now I've got my camera facing that way. I always need to check if I'm in the shot. And then I'll go and watch it, and then I'll start recording so that I know the exact spot I need to be in. Okay, I'm not in the shot, and my potatoes and beers are in the way, which is fine. Oh, Jesus, because I needed to move these anyway. It's the 11th of January, and I've had to make myself my favourite snack, which is toast with a bit of cheese on it. Because if I'm brutally honest, I'm not in a very good mood. Started off today doing some financial stuff, sorting out my pension, trying to work out how I can make regular contributions into my pension. And I called my accountant and sensed some attitude on the phone, and that's annoyed me because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make sense of it. And what frustrates me is when you ask someone for help and they don't actually give you a straightforward answer. So yeah. Anyway, I have actually got a call booked in with a different accountancy firm tomorrow, which actually I had booked in anyway because I'm not convinced that the one that I'm currently working with is the best for my e-commerce side of things, and I'm not entirely sure if it's being reconciled correctly. I mean, obviously it is, but I think there could be more efficient ways of doing things. So I'm all about efficiency. And yeah, that's where I've got to. But one thing that always makes me feel better when I'm in a bad mood, which I don't look like I'm in a bad mood, but trust me, I feel this burning anger inside of me. One thing that never fails to put me in a good mood is music. And so I'm listening to music, listening to my chill mix, trying to get a bit of woo-saw in me, so that I can finish off my work for the day and then relax this evening. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet, but I will work that one out. I've just got some samples through, which I'm working on new product development this week, and I did not expect them to come this quickly. Although that said, I did put the deposit down for this order before Christmas because it's just a reorder in a different colour. So I thought we'd unbox them together. I'm gonna film this unboxing for social media as well. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna put it on social media or whether I'm gonna allude to it and then people can watch the unboxing on here as a incentive for subscribing. But let's unbox my new samples. Oh, I just hate that they wrap it in so much plastic. So unnecessary. Gosh, this is the first time I'm seeing these. No, I'm sorry. There's something inside. Oh, it's the straw sample. Okay, so we have no straw today, but they sent me a little sample of the colour to match, which, that's pretty good. Happy with that. I think that's actually a lot nicer than the other straw. Let's have a look. That's the old straw, and that's the new straw. Old straw, new straw. I think that's better. This is too like garish, like with the thing, whereas that is like a real nice colour. Okay, great. So I made the decision to change the logo to this, which was like the original Ice Queen logo. And the reason that I did that is because it was getting a lot of press on for like kids to use them. And I just think having a wine glass on the front of a children's cup is maybe not so appropriate. So yeah, I've changed the logo. 2024, we're stepping it up. Come on. That's actually not the same colour. Like this is a bit more blue. Can you see that? It's a bit more blue than purple. So I think we need to make a note of that and update the packaging. But also upgrading the straw to an actual lavender on this monstrosity, which is just, let's not even talk about that. I actually think that's ever so slightly, this looks lighter, doesn't it? Now, when I'm looking at samples, I'm looking for whether the colour matches, which I don't know if you can see this, but this is slightly lighter than this. And I know actually in person, the colour difference is very, very subtle, but what I don't want is if on camera it's different, in person, if it looks different on my camera, it's going to look different on people's camera on social media, if that makes sense. So we need to make sure that the colour match is like pretty much exact, which I can tell that it's not. Now, this colour match is actually bang on. So this is the old lavender Ice Queen. So I've made some design upgrades. So you can see there's a little cap at the bottom here, which in like, if you wash it wrong, it's getting this little crack. I don't know if you can see that. This crack here. If you wash it too high, that was breaking. I just didn't like the silver lid on it either. So we've upgraded. There's no cap on the bottom now. I don't know if you can see that because it's still zooming in on me. And yeah, the lid's purple as well, which I absolutely love. So yeah, and the other thing to note is the font on the bottom is wrong. As you can see here, this is what it should look like, and that is obviously what it looks like. So we've got a few things to talk to them about, mainly that's wrong. I just think the paint actually on this is so much nicer as well. I've got a new factory and they are just absolutely fantastic. So right, I can edit that out, but basically, so these three colours are my best selling Ice Queen colours. I don't do Ice Queen in every single colour in the range. I just tend to do it on the most popular ones. And the Lavender Ice Queen is something that sold out really, really quickly, and people have literally been asking for this for so so long. So yeah, we're now in the sampling stage. We'll have to go into the production phase, which I think production is actually like 45 days. So these probably won't be out until spring, but they are coming back, which is really, really, really exciting. The quality of these versus the last ones are just insane. As I said, I've got a new factory. They are really, really great to work with, and they actually produce a lot of the insulated stuff for other insulated bottle companies that are famous within the UK that you all know and love. So that is the end of my working week. It is Friday. I don't know what the date is. It's Friday the 12th, and it is the end of my first working week back in 2024. So thank you so much for joining me for the past 2 weeks. I hope you learned something. If you liked this vlog, make sure you click the subscribe button, because I'm gonna try my hardest to post a couple a month. I will also be posting loads of different videos about questions that I get asked a lot, really short, snippet, quick answers, but like ever so slightly more in depth for YouTube. So if you're interested to see how I'm gonna grow my business this year, and you're looking for some practical marketing advice, business advice, then do make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I will see you hopefully in a couple of weeks' time. Bye.